All right, welcome to another Crossroads podcast with KronOz.
The crossroads, there you
Yeah, baby.
go.
At the crossroads. Oh man, yeah, dude. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to make that song like a staple in the DJ list for when I start going out and get back to putting on shows. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
thanks for doing this Crossroads podcast. Meet virtually.
oh yeah, no doubt, man. I'm excited to jump on here.
Yeah, man. You said you're in Texas?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm from New Mexico, but I live in West Texas over here, right in Odessa. I don't know if have you seen Friday Night Lights?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the stadium's probably like 4 miles south of my house.
Nice. Dude,
Yeah,
that's
it's
sick.
not,
I like your space you got there.
I appreciate it, man. I'm just getting kind of settled in. Finally got it tuned back up because we moved into this house in April, and just kind of I went to California for 3 months to work over there for the in the Sierra National Forest for the fires. And
Hmm.
we got back and barely started, yeah, getting it all painted up, getting everything hung up again, getting the LEDs and everything set up, and slowly rebuilding my studio.
Nice. Yeah, I dig it. So what, you doing some firefighting work?
Well, no, I actually do environmental consulting and engineering, and they contracted us down there to do like the assessment on the land and stuff after the houses burned down and stuff in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd do like tests for mercury and all that kind of stuff, and then we'd go. We kind of went in phases, and then we had like construction crews, excavators and things out there cleaning it up, running trucks, and I mean basically helping them get to where they can rebuild again.
Nice.
The old slabs, or if it had to go, and then things like that, dead trees out there, and yeah, the old, I mean, just on the walls and whatever else that they had scattered
Mm.
out there that wasn't useful anymore.
Dude, that's great work. California is pretty rad, but I want to go check out New Mexico and Texas.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's real diverse in both states. I mean, New Mexico is pretty desolate, and I mean, the majority of the state's desolate, but there's, a lot of really good sites up there. And if you like skiing or snowboarding too, up northern New Mexico, there's some good skiing, snowboarding, and then I guess hiking in the summer months.
Nice. Dude, that's dope. So, as far as your music, how long you been making music for?
I started making music last April.
Oh, really? So you're pretty like what, not even a year or something?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say. It's a seasoned beginner. I mean, I, I'm kind of old too, so I mean, I started pretty old I mean, far along in my life because I'm 33 years old, and I mean, I've always had a love for music. I've probably been to 300 concerts of all different genres of music. I mean, just my whole life, always been
Nice.
infatuated with it. And actually, the first cassette tape I actually owned, I think I was like 10, 11 years old, and it was at Bone Thugs Eternal 1999. So that's why,
Nice.
so what made me think about that. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Kind of got into it that way. I have a lot of friends that are, I mean, producers, musicians, rappers, singers, a little bit of everything. And I've kind of luckily, I kind of made it an easy transition into actually creating myself because, man, I freestyled a little bit here and there, just messing around like parties and hanging out with the friends. And one of my buddies, he's been Trouble Oak. He's been doing music for about 20, 25 years. I know we talked about Ace Flow. He was just down there. Trouble Oak does like a Trouble Oak Thursdays over there at the bar, and they brought Odd Squad family down, and Ace
Oh,
Flow
nice.
because me and him actually, yeah, made 2 or 3 songs together and never had met. So we actually got to
Nice.
perform together in New Mexico, and then we shot a music video too.
I actually seen that video. That was
Oh,
sick.
cool. Yeah. That was basically, that was kind of, you got an inside look at that's actually where I'm from, Hobbs, New Mexico. I live in
Oh, okay.
a couple hours away now, but yeah, that place right there where we shot everything for that little video is just around the town a little bit, little local bar, and just kind of little head shop over
Hell yeah, that's dope.
there.
Yeah, Ace Flow's a cool guy. Yeah, he was on the road with the Oz Squad. I seen you made a song with you've had Snowman featured on a song.
Yeah, we did me, him, and I don't know if you're familiar with a guy named Sully Cortez up there in Seattle.
I don't know, but I'll check him out.
Celestino Cortez, he's in kind of in the similar circle. A lot of the same guys are from the area, kind of Midwest area. But yeah, he actually did the hook on it, and then Snowman did a verse, I did a verse, and then we ended up remixing the song once I found out that he was going to come to New Mexico. Because I talked to him and he said, "Hey man, can we shoot a video to that? You want to shoot a video?" He's like, "Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm down, man. And we'll be there, and I'll get there a little bit early so we can get some good shots in." Because yeah, the cool thing about that, I did a song with him and one with Nubs, also on
Oh,
a
nice.
separate project. Because we went and performed at the Gathering of the Juggalos, I think the Super Gathering 2 years
Oh, you
ago.
went out to that?
Yeah, we performed 2 nights on two different stages up there. I think it was on a
Nice.
Thursday and a Friday we performed, and yeah, we got to see.
I bet it was wild.
Oh man, I'm not even like a big ICP fan or a Juggalo, which made it even more amazing because I mean it was like
Right?
that all started like we were just hanging out at the bar. I was down there working back in my hometown in Hobbs, and in Trouble Oak, we're at an Applebee's, and we had a couple beers, and he was like, "Hey man, I got invited to perform at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and they give us like 6 free festival tickets." He's like, "You want to roll with me to Indiana?" I was like, "Hmm." And I had just enough to drink to be like, you know what, that sounds like a good idea. So I booked a flight to St. Louis and met him halfway. He picked me up on the road, and then
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Dude, it sounds like an adventure.
oh man, it was. I, I tell you, I've been to a lot of concerts, and I mean, I think that might have been the best musical experience of my life. It
Oh,
was
yeah, dude. That place is like, I don't know,
insane.
like a cartoon come to life.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a pretty weird cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, and what was so crazy about it was, I mean, I expected it to be like, okay, I mean, you go anywhere, like you kind of maybe stick out or something like that, like an outsider is kind of, but it wasn't like that. Like everyone there was fucking friendly as hell, man. That they rocked with the music. They're, I mean, good vibes. Everyone was just having a good time. It was literally the only place I've ever been to where literally no one gives a fuck what you're doing. They don't care what you're doing. They don't care about the next person. You could be doing anything, and hey, have a good time. Do you?
Right? Yeah. That must have been pretty early in your music career then, huh?
Well, I'd actually hadn't even started creating music yet. I just
Oh.
jumped on the stage was the hype man because the
Oh,
guy.
dude, that's dope though.
Well, I guess to tie all this in together, we were on stage up there, and the guy that shot the video for me and Ace Flow was the DJ. He went on the road
Nice.
and DJ'd, and he was the one that shot the video and actually DJ'd up there at Lil's at the Odd Squad show. And so we were all up there, and then we first day we're there, we perform up on stage, and I just ran like a hype man and stuff, and it was a full size, big, nice main stage like you'd see anywhere, and we performed there on like I think it was a Wednesday afternoon, and it wasn't pack checks. It was a 4-day festival. A lot of huge names out there that out inside and outside the Juggalo world. I mean,
Right.
Tech Nine, Bone Thugs, Gore, Morris Day and the Times,
Yeah. Man.
Rehab, Ghostman, Twisted Insane, Odd Squad Family.
And they
That's
got just like a few different stages going on too, right?
yeah. They've got 3 different stages. They got like Gilbert Godfrey was there. The Randy, the dude from Trailer Park Boys, was there. They did like stand up comedy. They
With
have
the belly.
yeah. They
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a cheeseburger cookout at like 3 in the morning. And made I think like 2,000 cheeseburgers, and he did an hour long stand up set and
Nice.
up there ripping like a 7 foot bong.
Dang,
But
that's wild.
that's how I mean that's actually how it first all came together, which is weird because have you ever heard of a guy named Twisted Insane over there in San Diego?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's came out here.
Yeah, I enjoy his music a lot, and it was cool getting to see him live. And then I mean, yeah, like I said, I hadn't even
Yeah, I
started
can't
making
even like
music.
understand him when he's rapping. I'm like, yo, you rap like
Yeah, super
speaking
fast.
in tongues.
Yeah, I think they say he's like the top 5 fastest rappers in the world, but it's kind of
Hmm.
like looking into the future and didn't even know it. It felt like because I got to meet him, and then I actually like on a personal level, we got to like hang out with the Odd Squad family because they were there like right after our set, and it was their first day being there, and they were enjoying the experience. They got there from Phoenix, and we're like, this is like something I've never seen before. We're in a giant forest. Everyone's just like, some people are smoking, drinking. They got a fucking trampoline over here with strippers, and I mean,
Dude, that sounds wild.
it was nuts, man. And like the Hot Squad family, they came over there and we're just walking around and we're in this big open field. It's like a 40-acre forest out there where they have the event at.
Man.
And they just come by and like I look once and like look twice, like, oh, that's a fucking Hot Squad family, man. Cause me and my wife were big fans and she wasn't able to come. So and they stopped by and they ended up talking and they ended up kicking it with us for like an hour and a half. It was like
Dude, that's so dope.
me and my buddy Foulmouth, DJ Foulmouth, and had Trouble Oak, and one of our other buddies, Roach Joker, and Smooth Gambino. We were all hanging out there, and they're just chopping it up, laughing, smoking, drinking. How we we finished a bottle of Ciroc, and the hour we're hanging out there, just kind of passing it
Nice.
around back and forth.
Well, dude, that's even cooler that you made some music together. On that last project, you released the World Traveler. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
World
well,
Traveler?
world travel. Yeah.
Yeah, what you had a bunch of different artists on there.
Oh yeah, same thing, and yeah, I mean, 'cause that's and Twisted Insane too. We met him there, and we did a track with him called Computer Screens. Me, him, and Trouble Oak made a song.
Nice.
Yeah, on the world travel though, I mean, that's kind of to me. I don't really like create to be a rapper, I mean, whatever style you'd call it, but I do enjoy hip hop, and that one kind of came together just because I've met so many people that I've never really met, and I met them all through music. Like same thing, like Ace Flow, Dirty Shirt. I mean, met probably 100 people or so, if not more, from all around the world that enjoy music, and so yeah, we had, on that one I kind of spread it out, and three different guys from three different parts of Africa, from Swaziland, Kenya,
Dude.
and then Nairobi, and
Dude,
then
that's sick.
had a producer from the UK, and then a rapper named Dynamic from the UK that I jumped on the Halloween cypher as Norman Bates. That's how I met
Nice.
him. I met him. I seen these with some really good artists. I mean, did a lot of them different tier than me, I'd say. I mean, skill wise, better and well known.
Mm.
Just real crisp. And I watched their ciphers, and then one of my friends jumped on one of them, and he kind of put me out there and said, "Hey, check this guy's sound out and see if you like it." And he's like, "Yeah, cool." He's like, "Yeah, have him jump on the Halloween cipher. I think he'd be perfect for that." So played Norman Bates on that, and that's kind of get over to the UK, and then I got a lot of music with some guys up in Canada, Toronto, Montreal. Over there in the reservation, we got a guy named Willie Scandals up there, and got Too Bad. He's over there from Thunder Bay. I think it's right outside Toronto.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang, man. Dude,
it's
that's so dope. You've been connecting all over the place.
all over the place. And
I'd
that's
imagine you're just probably gonna continue to expand.
yeah, that's my goal, anyways. I mean, because I figure a lot of people, I said, being 33 years old, a lot of people will say, okay. I mean, they worry about kind of, I don't know, building a reputation, and like just more to have, I guess that you'd say, clout or something, kind of just
Right.
try to kind of build their persona locally, and so that they can look
Mm-hmm.
like a big dog locally. Me, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, I don't care about competition being better than the next man, but I mean, unless we're actually competing at something, I mean, when it comes to just day to day making music, I figure, what,
Right.
I'm gonna start the other way. I'm gonna start out and work my way back in. Try to,
Yeah, for sure, man. And these days we can do that with the internet too. You can connect with so many people. We can do these virtual podcasts. So I think it's dope. I'll have to. I don't think I've hit you up about any of my other cipher projects with some of my beats.
oh, cool, thank you.
Well, yeah, I'll have to hit you up with that and see if there's something that you vibe with. So I'm just trying to reconnect with everybody throughout the nation, to get out there, and when I line up some more tours for next year or beyond. You go on tours ever, or just do local shows?
Yeah, I hadn't got to. I've done some shows in different places, but I've never got to go on a tour because I mean, I work a full-time job here and got 4 kids and a wife, so it's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
hard.
home base. Got to take care of the fam.
Yeah, I got me a little man that's 6 weeks old, and then another one that's 3.5, and then two older
Oh,
daughters.
congratulations, 6 weeks old.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we just had them, and and
Oh
boy,
man.
ever since it has been crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. Babies are just a handful. Like
Yeah.
it's so awesome though. Just babies. That gets me thinking about KronOz. Why? So why did you think of the name KronOz? Why did you settle on that name?
Well, it's just I was hanging out one day, kind of listening to some different stuff, and just I guess time has always been like a big factor in my life. I think time's real distinctive and a big I guess important factor in everyone's life because shit, without time, I mean, sometimes you run out of time and don't make it to the next day,
Time
and
is our life. Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
yeah, the whole thing is encompassed about time. You sleep at a certain time, you wake up a certain time, you make time to travel and do whatever. I mean, there's only certain
it's
certain
like
times.
one of the most valuable things, because then eventually our time is up.
Yeah, you can never get it back. I mean, if you waste your time, it never comes back. I mean, you can make money back, but you can never get time back.
Yeah, that's true.
So that
So
I think just kind of between that and then like the Greek mythology and stuff with like KronOz, I mean the god of war and stuff back then. I, I kind of
right.
was into that a little bit too. So I thought of that. I thought about yeah, because he was the god of time, and then so yeah, I thought about it that way, and then also kind of I mean I used to
Actually, a lot of people actually pretty much worship even like time, like as that god of like
mhm.
it's pretty wild.
Yeah, he was yeah like he was basically the father, the god of all the titans until
Yeah, that's
was
right.
like
Yeah, because all of his
killing his
children were
babies.
gods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he was like so basically. I think he used to eat his kids. It was just
yeah,
weird.
right. He's like, you're
I
not
didn't
gonna be
that,
more powerful than me.
yeah, that didn't have anything to do with me making my name. I actually found that out
Right.
afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for
that's kind of how
sure.
he got overthrown. His kids killed him because of that.
Right.
So
There's always some sort of like every story out there's got a twist to it.
that
But
and I figured I spelled it a little bit different because it has I mean the
I did notice that. Yeah.
CHRONOS and then CHRONOZ is different. I mean, and KRONOS is different ways that they spell it. Based in the
Mm.
mythology, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna spell it with a K, RON, and then a capital O and then a lowercase Z to kind of
I noticed
emphasize
that. Yeah.
also. I used to enjoy. I mean, I enjoy the cannabis culture and used to smoke back in the day.
Yeah. So that's what it made me think. I was like, is this Kronos or like Kron ounce? Is what it made me think in my mind.
Right. And yeah, that's kind of what I was going for between the Greek mythology of the time concept, the smoking concept, and then like Chronos spelled differently, but also kind of like chronic ounces, just because I mean, I used to jam Dr. Dre, and that's what made me think of the chronic
Yeah, dude, true
ounces.
that. I dig it. Well, you had some other. I seen some Father Time projects you had.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know if I got. I might actually have some CDs sitting over here on the case. Yeah,
Nice,
that was the one I did with Twisted Insane. It was Father Time Past. Actually
nice.
the first project I did when I started making music last April, and then released the first one. I think it was in September.
Mhm.
But I had 23 songs, so I ended up making it into a past and a present, like a two-part album.
Nice, dude.
I was like, you know, I want to jump in with a splash because I was like, I've only been rapping for a few months. I was like, but every beat on there is exclusive. I mean, all legit features. I have a lot of good local features that I mean, just because I used to do a lot of different things too, as far I mean, football, MMA, motocross, and
I noticed that
hung out with a lot
just
of
like
different.
going through your profile and then even in your music videos.
Yeah, I just like to do. I mean, I like to mix it up, man. Just real diverse. I mean, the type of people I hang out with, my culture, just kind of everything. I like just like a big melting pot. That's kind of how my life has always been. And so I kind of had a little bit of I guess I wouldn't say following, but a lot of people that knew me for different things. And so
Oh
it's kind of,
yeah, for sure.
so yeah, like that. I mean, I still say that's why the first music video I have has more traction than anything else. Cause it was something curious. Like, oh, where'd this come from?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, and that's always kind of how it is too with your first one. I think I went through and checked out pretty much all your music videos.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hope you
And
enjoyed it.
I'll definitely be putting the links below because I mean you're on YouTube, and I'd imagine probably like Instagram and Facebook and all that
I
jazz.
I try to mix in a little bit of everything. All the music's pretty much everywhere it can be. You can find it even on Instagram for your stories. You can find it on Spotify, Apple, Deezer, wherever music's at mostly. But yeah, I
Oh, you
try to
just do
stay.
it independently, release yourself.
Yeah, I just distribute it independently. I do it on YouTube and then I put it everywhere else also because all the music I create, it's all exclusive to me. The beats, either made or exclusive beats. I got one project I'm going to work on here that it's actually a lease, but I've made I think almost 90 songs and every beat's been exclusive.
Dang, you make them yourself or you purchase exclusive rights? You got some homies that produce?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit of everything. I've worked with about 12 different producers, most of them like within the region, and then a few different places that I've kind of connected online. and
Nice.
yeah, I usually get exclusive rights that way. I work with a guy up in Wisconsin right now, named Genesis. Man,
Mm-hmm.
he's a great producer, and he always had. I mean, he has good fair prices on the beats, and then sometimes once or twice a year they have a big sale, super cheap on exclusive rights.
Nice.
Sometimes like 30 or $50 for an exclusive beat. And I mean, they're good quality.
Dude, it's good to have connections.
Yeah,
That's,
it's been great because another one of my producers, he's back home. He's a local DJ, Trackzilla. Him and Trouble Oak both make beats, so they've done a lot of my beats. And I've known Track since he was like 14 years old. Or since I was 14, he's a
nice.
little bit older than I am, but yeah, he's been rocking music, yeah, a good 25 years now, and he's good at it.
Well, it seems like you're doing it right if you've only been doing it for like not even a year or something. Because I mean, there's a lot of people that have been doing it for a long time that haven't even done what you've done yet. I'm not dogging them, but props to you because
I
you're
appreciate it.
making smart moves. You know, you can definitely. There's people out there you can make moves, and if you're making the wrong moves, it's not gonna help you.
Yeah, I'm sure I do plenty of that as well. But
Yeah, I guess live and learn.
yeah, kind of
But
trial and error type of thing. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It's I mean, to me, at the end of the day, making music's for me. It's not my main source of income. I'm blessed to have a career that kind of helps support music, and I mean, do it for the love of it. And I think
oh yeah, true that.
stays more genuine that way too. I mean, if you're always out there chasing money, I've seen a lot of people kind of get burnt out on it, come and go with music because man, there's a lot of shady business whenever you get into the music
Oh,
industry.
for sure. Yeah, and even if you are making money with music or doing music business, don't limit. I would not suggest limiting yourself to that. I'd be like, dude, just do
Yes.
what else you can to make money, and it seems like you're doing it right with the family, raising a family, having a good job, doing your passion. I think that's
Yeah,
rad.
it's a good balance, good connection. I mean, I got a motorcycle. That's what I kind of like to do in my spare time. Go
Oh yeah, I
ride.
seen. Oh, was that your motorcycle in the video?
The red and is it red and blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot, it's my place is a little dirty out here, but yeah, it's right over there.
What? Damn, dude. I didn't. I actually didn't think that was yours in the video. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
thought it
mean,
was like how people be like, yeah, I got this for the video. Yeah.
yeah. I got one to rent me in my Lamborghini or whatever.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. I try to keep it. I mean, sometimes I mean music you tell a story, but I try to keep it pretty authentic. I don't try to really boast or brag or talk about things that I don't have or stuff that I haven't lived or been around at least.
Right. Yeah. Well, you got a dirt bike back there too?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
no?
I used to race motocross. I don't ride it much anymore, but yeah, it's a little a Kawasaki 250 two-stroke.
Dang, dude, that's pretty gnarly. You said you did MMA too?
Yeah. I did MMA for I guess about 8 years. I think something like that.
Getting in the ring and fighting, huh?
Yeah,
But like, what kind of MMA? Any particular?
well, I mean, I trained like my main disciplines were Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because I was a wrestler in high school. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
wrestled basketball, baseball, track and field, football, but I gave up basketball halfway through high school to do wrestling to help me out with football, and ended up being really good at that. So after high school, I was like, well, I mean, there's no like collegiate style wrestling. I mean, unless you go to college and wrestle. So I was like,
Right.
you know what? I'm gonna find something else I can do similar. So I jumped into Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and then got in. I mean, cross training for MMA. I did a good amount of boxing and Muay Thai as well. Tried to look
Dang,
through like
dude.
judo seminars and things like that, just to kind of learn a little bit about all the different disciplines and kind of give me a little more knowledge.
Man, I need to check that out sometime. I got
Yeah,
fighters in the family, but I never got into it. But man, there's got to be a lot to it, man. It's a discipline, like you say.
yeah. I mean, and to me too, that kind of gave me something positive to do too, keep me out of trouble and get an
Yeah.
accident. Hell, whenever I was training, I mean, I was pretty back then. I was pretty strict. I'm a lot heavier now, but back then I fought at 185 pounds and 205, and and competed in the tournaments, the jiu-jitsu tournaments, and then the actual fights, the MMA fights. But hell, there was times I cut down. I fought for a title up in El Paso at the little old hotel called the Camino Real. I forgot what movie it was, but Jason Statham was running through the same hotel we were fighting in over there through the damn
Nice.
elevators. But yeah, I'd cut 33 pounds in 3 weeks
Oof,
for that fight, and it was
man.
something I'd never wish on anyone. I'd never want to
Just
do it
going
again.
through the weight cut.
Yeah, it was miserable
Ah,
because I usually fought at 185 pounds and wrestled at 189 and 191 in high school. So that gives you a little backdrop and context. And then a couple years later, I mean, in my 20s, I fought, I think it was 177 pounds, and I was about 207 or so.
oh man, that'd be just so
Depleted.
strange to shift like that.
It was horrible. I mean, yeah, my face was all sunken in. I mean,
How
I
is
had
it fighting after that?
terrible. Yeah, that was the first fight I'd ever lost. I mean, granted, it was a good opponent, but yeah, I had nothing left in the tank because
Just because your energy is just drained.
yeah, promoter called me up the day after New Year's. I mean, because that was another thing. Whenever I trained, I don't drink, I don't smoke. Real clean diet, trying to be in the best shape I can, give myself the best chance I can to win, and put my best product out there. And then, so hell, the day before the promoter called me, I was partying on New Year's. I mean, man, we
Right.
did a lot of drinking, partying, and everything. Had a good time, and he said, "Hey, we got a title fight with these guys, 11-0 from El Paso, originally from Los Angeles. You want to take the fight at middleweight?" So, yeah, sure. Went to 185. I was like, I can make that. I was like, 185. Okay, 207, 185, 22 pounds. I was like, shoot, I can do that. And then 2 weeks for the fight, he said, "Oh, the guy says he's not gonna fight you. He won't fight you anymore at 185, only at 177."
Ah.
And he's basically a hometown kid too, so he was a big
Oh,
fan.
right.
So
Yeah.
like, well, you could pull out, we'll just replace you with someone else type of thing. And then
Right.
so I was like, you know what, screw it. My pride kicked in. I said, you know what, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll make weight, and cut an extra 8 pounds, and it was terrible.
Oh man.
I
Yeah.
was
I
gassed
did
out.
notice that on your Facebook that it said something like family, love, and adrenaline or something, or family,
Yeah.
life, and adrenaline. What was the adrenaline like compared to, like when you're fighting compared to putting on a show like a hip hop concert?
You know what? In a way, they're kind of similar. And no matter how many times I fought or even wrestling, like going to the mats and stuff, because it's just even performing, unless you have a big group with you, it's just like it's just you. Like you either put up or you shut up. I mean, there's no one else
Mm,
to blame. If you have a bad performance, it's on you. If you have a great performance, it's on you. Same with, I mean, fighting or music. And so it's kind of, I get those butterflies in my stomach every single time. It didn't matter. Even when I've been training and doing everything for almost a decade, I'd still get that kind of nervous energy every time. And then once you get hit in the face, it's like, okay, it's go time. Let's have a good
game on,
time.
yeah. The adrenaline kicks in, and it's just like,
All right, throw them up. I start smiling a little bit. All right, it's time to have a little bit of fun. And same thing with music. And I
yeah,
think almost every, because I've performed probably about 7 or 8 different cities or town cities so far, in different type of events, different crowds, different small crowds, a little bit bigger crowds. I haven't rocked anything huge yet, but yeah, you just got to kind of see what your audience is really, and then just kind of play from that. So I think usually my first song is a little rough, kind of just getting loose, getting comfortable up there, getting comfortable with the crowd, interacting with them, and kind of seeing what I'm dealing with. Then after that, usually settle into it and have a good time.
right, yeah, nice. Yeah, hopefully sometime I get to see you. I plan to set up some tours, if not next year, then the years after that. And I've never been down to Texas or New Mexico, so I'll definitely have to see what I can do about getting out there. And of course, I'll be keeping you in mind. I'll try to tap into some more of the people you work with out there in your area. I mean,
Oh
you'd
yeah,
probably be stationed out there in Texas
yeah. I'll
for.
probably in West Texas, like Odessa. I mean, there's a lot of artists here, and there's some really good artists down here. But the scene itself, like throwing shows, it's hard to pull a big crowd here. It's
Yeah, for sure.
just kind of oversaturated. And I mean, there's a lot of country concerts, Tejano concerts, and things that are kind of take precedent in the area that kind of draw away from it. But yeah, there's a
Right.
lot of talent down here, and then yeah, some of those shows down in New Mexico, which is about an hour and a half away, down in Hobbs. that little bar, Diamond Lils, man. Sometimes that place would, for what it is, it'd get pretty packed, and it's a cool little like kind of dive spot. You got a big dance floor, a good stage, real nice sound, and a little patio outside, a full bar, a couple pool tables and darts and things. But it's, yeah, I think it hold maybe 300 people or something like that.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah,
there's been
man.
a lot of people who come through there. Busy, we went Busy Bone up there. I worked security for Do or Die. Yeah, Devin the Dude, and I
Nice.
can't remember. There's been a lot of, I mean, yeah, Odd Squad Family, and there's been a lot of different. I mean, a lot of good acts go through there for a town of 30, 40,000 people. It's a cool little spot.
Hell yeah, I'll have to check it out. Check out the area more and see what's happening. Like I said, I'm just so like I've tapped into the Northwest, but never down to Texas. And one day I'll get down there, go check out New Mexico, and see what's happening. But we'll see what the state of the world is. You got any plans for new projects or anything?
Yeah, I got a few new things in the works. I've been doing a few different singles that I hadn't decided if I want to do just kind of like a mixed album like project, kind of like I did with the World Travel album.
Mm-hmm.
Got a few different singles, kind of similar line of I guess headspace thinking and whatnot, but got 4 or 5 there, and then I've got another collab project I'm doing with my buddy Trouble Oak, the one that I went with the gathering with.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
I seen him in
Um,
one of your music videos, I think.
yeah, he was well, hell, him and are you familiar with like Dope House Records, SPM, Rashid, and those
Mm-hmm.
guys? Well, yeah, the first music video I shot with the one that with my bike in it, Rashid was actually there in the background hanging out. There was actually about a dozen different artists that came out for that video.
Oh, nice. Yeah, all the homies in the cars and
Yeah,
everything, just out on the
yeah,
set.
yeah, just kind of hanging out and stuff. And then
Nice.
we all freestyled afterwards with like Rashid and stuff in the studio after the shoot, hung out and just kind of partied, have a good time. But
Nice.
yeah, and then we had an old abandoned water park here that's all tagged up and stuff now. We shot
What?
that sinking ships video. That's where we shot it at. Used to be called Water Wonderland.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was the one. Cause
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like, dude,
in the
this
trouble.
graffiti is crazy.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
Oh, wait,
because
was
it's,
that the? Yeah, there was like a dude in the back of a truck
yeah.
in like a Jason mask,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
yeah, there was like some
Yeah.
acting going on. I was like, okay, they got like a whole little like storyline here.
Yeah, because it basically, I mean, back in the day, I mean, I was always ambitious and doing a lot of different things. I was actually going to get my, I was trying to get my doctorate degree in pharmacy, and
Mm.
then whenever I was in college, I just leave it. I guess I got tangled up doing the wrong things, getting an early start on my career.
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of where that song stuff kind of came from. It's
Mm.
called Sinking Ships, and it's about basically not owning up to your responsibilities and snitching and things. Because I mean, that's kind of how I ended up in my predicament. Someone set me up,
Right, yeah, true that.
and so it's kind of that was the whole kind of concept behind the song, kind of like loose lips sink ships. And
Yeah,
then
dude, for sure.
yeah, we like what a better place to do it here locally than yeah, that old abandoned water park. Just I mean, we just kind of we snuck in there and shot a
Nice.
music video.
Dude, that was sick. Man, I like how you had the other one too, where you were, where you had like the MMA stuff going on. I think it was one of your more recent ones. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was cool to see you tie in
heck
all
yeah.
your other interests into the music.
Yeah, that's fine. And that's, I mean, like I said, I do it just to enjoy it. I mean, it's therapeutical. I like creating. So that one kind of popped up out of the blue. The same one that shot the video for me and Ace Flow, the DJ Foulmouth.
Mm-hmm.
He shot that for me. Like we went down there, I helped him out on another video, and he's like, "Hey man, you got a song you want to shoot a video to?" And then like I had some connections because this was in a different city, called, a little town called Clovis, and so I had some connections from whenever I used to fight. I had a lot of connections to there, and I said, "Hey, could hollered at this guy is a professional boxer over here and say, hey, would you guys mind opening up the gym and letting me shoot a music video in there?" Yeah, come on by. And the cool thing was I
Nice.
never met the guy before in my life. I mean, but we knew each other from fighting. And so I just hit him up on Facebook and, oh yeah, hey, I got you, man. Well, it was on a Sunday too, middle of the day. I'll go open it up for you.
Dude, yeah. See, I mean, that's another good thing for you with having those other connections in like kind of those different fields of, oh yeah, music connections, the fighting connections, or whatever it is. People just into these other sports and other activities. Builds your audience, makes it a bigger audience, or like following, I guess some people would say. Yeah.
Like a cult.
Like a cult following, yeah, but
Yeah.
you gotta, I guess that's kind of the thing when you're building a brand or your name, you kind of develop your own little cult following. KronOz definitely gonna have a cult following.
Yeah, it's all about yeah, finding that persona really. I mean, I kind of channel it the same way I did with fighting. I had to almost become a different person, like a different,
Mm-hmm.
almost you're playing a role, a character. Like you got to be a certain type of person, have a certain type of energy to fight, and then kind of keep that up, that persona when you're getting into the zone. Same thing with music, and it's like I just got to find that, yeah, find that niche, find who likes what I put out there, and I mean the biggest thing, I just want people willing to listen, whether they like it or not. I mean, if it's not your cup of tea, I definitely understand because I listen to some probably what people would consider great music, and I think it's terrible. But I
Right.
mean, I've got such a big catalog. That's why I feel like it's really hard to. I think sometimes I oversaturate it to where it's probably a downfall to where it's kind of hard to get everyone to listen to it. Because I got
Mm.
like with my music and the little less than 2 years I've been working on it, I tried doing a lot of different styles. I mean, I've got some stuff on like reggae beats and more like a
Mm-hmm.
country rock, hip hop type stuff, more like East Coast, West Coast, fast pace,
Nice.
slow pace, and yeah, a lot of different topics. I like challenging myself. I mean, like that.
I'll have to check out more of those because I did notice how you would have a range where it'd be like, oh, this song's a little more like softer, or this song's harder, and I think that the more you create and produce, then the cream rises to the top, and you just kind of eventually it all develops into like, yo, this is your sound or something.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
cranking them out, dude. I recommend it to a lot of people where it's like, dude, just keep cranking them out. There's gonna be a few golden nuggets in there.
Yeah, yeah, it's just getting them to rise to the top after that because yeah, you just gotta get the people to where they're willing to listen and kind of start actually sort through your catalog because that's the biggest thing to me. I mean, I'm not super cocky, but I know I've got some really good music out there. I mean, even if it's not coming from me, there's some banging beats. There's some, man, the feature, almost every feature I've worked with, they're all, I mean, it's all legit people, whether it be locally, regionally, or across the world. I've made those connections to be able to interact and kind of just, I mean, it's cool being able to like have that respect through your peers to like hit someone up and being like Brooklyn or all halfway across the world. Hey man, this is what I'm thinking. I'll get this beat. I'll do the engineering and everything. Would you be willing to work on this? Like say for like a split or something, or depending on who it is, if they got I mean like Twisted Insane, of course I had to pay a little bit for him on the feature, and then
Right.
Odd Squad. I mean having the personal connection, they gave a real good deal, but still had to throw them a little bit of money for their time, and
Oh, for sure.
but
And
you
then
know
it's like you don't really have to split any like royalties after you already
yeah,
do the deed or
paying for the
make.
rights basically to have that
Right. Yeah.
and use it from there. But like, I don't know, are you familiar with the guy named Ilza Kill?
Ilza Kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, is he newer or has he been?
Now he's been at it for a while. He's from Guadalajara, but he's up there in not Reno, but somewhere in Nevada. There's a guy named Touch up there also. I don't know if you've heard of him, but they're kind of they're all in the Midwest too, up there around the like the Idaho, like Idaho, Nevada, kind of Utah area. I guess that kind of rule.
Nice. Yeah. I'm trying to just reconnect with all the right people so that at least for our region, we have a good network of people that when it does, if you are trying to go on tour or even just working, collaborating, you know, you got to know who's who and where they're at and what they're doing. Because from what I've come to understand, a lot of times it's not about what you can do, but who you know.
Oh yeah, that's a huge thing. I mean, there's a lot of music out there, people that become millionaires that really aren't even that talented. It's just, I mean,
Yep.
you know the right person, you got the right look, the right sound. Hey, it's a business also. Go take your opportunity. That can directly correlate to like the oil field out here. I mean, there's some guys out here making $200,000 a year that could probably barely read half their life. I mean, so
Right.
if you know the right person, you can get in, and if you work hard or something, they'll put you in front of the right people, and there you go. You might just slip into a gold mine, just like music and everything else.
True that, dude. I bet you'll slip into some gold mines with your music as well. You know, it might not be like you say your main, financial revenue stream, but it sounds like you're putting in the work, you're networking, you're reaching people in different areas. The more you do it, I'm sure the more rewarding it'll be for you. So, dude, great job in like the last year of grinding.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and that's kind of, thinking of finances. I always think you need to try to have six streams of income, and then as far as networking, that's kind of the same thing. Like to work backwards in, and
Mhm.
I got to thinking about it. I've made music with like basically all six sections of the U.S. Silly Cortez up there in Washington, Twisted Insane, Mally Music, Jumpin' Joe the Rapper, some different people from down in California, people locally in Texas, New Mexico, like Central and the South, and people up in Wisconsin, Ohio, up in that area, and then also New York, like the Bronx, Brooklyn, working with guys up there, and guys down in Florida. So kind of hitting like every section of the U.S. trying to. And that's why I'm always willing to jump on other people's features too if they hit me up. I mean, as long as they're serious about their music and they're professional. A lot of times, I mean, I charge a little bit for what it's going to take me to, I mean, to record if I need to go somewhere. But mostly I just do it for the love of it, and also as a marketing tool, just to kind of get the name KronOz and end up in Montana doing a podcast somehow.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah, dude, I'm stoked. I'll have to see what I can find and hopefully work out a collaboration with you, and then hopefully in the next year or so I'm trying to get an establishment out here so we have our own venue. There's of course different venues we'd work with, but definitely trying to get our own venue out here so that I can just host our own shows, and then I don't know, maybe one day you'll be out here.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool, man. If I ever had the freedom and time, it'd be, yeah, cool to get out there. I mean, I do a lot of traveling too, which is why I got that project with Nubs and them on it called Time Travel, and then
Oh,
did the
nice.
and then the World Travel was basically the sequel, is like an expansion to the that 5-track EP Time Travel that I put out last
I like
March.
what you got going on, man. You're good with the marketing. You're kind of like you're smart with the like what's the word I'm looking for? Just playing with the name and KronOz and like the
Yeah,
themes and the concepts.
yeah, it's one of the things that only, I mean, other than people that know, a few people have caught it, but not very many. Like this was actually part of that project. They were all that's I put out an album in April on April 19th, which is my son's birthday, and
Nice,
it had a lot of smoking songs on it too. So the day before 420, but it
right?
was called T3 the Anniversary, and I did like the Terminator cover. I don't know if you've seen
Oh, I
that one.
did see that. Yeah, that's how I actually first really like caught you more on my radar and then started paying more attention to you.
Okay, nice.
Was when I seen
And
that.
that was kind of like a build up too, because I used those little stepping stone with, I mean, little foundational pieces that I got the connections with Nubs and Snowman. And so I put out Time Travel on 219 because 19 is my favorite number. I
Hmm.
always hit it on roulette. It was my sports number. My son was born on the 19th. I had a lot of 19 things that worked out for me. So it's been like a lucky number to me.
Nice.
So I did 219. I put a 5-track EP out called Time Travel, which had Nubs on it, and a few guys from Bring the Bars I've connected with through that group. And then a month later on 319, I put out the Trials and Tribulations. It had the track with Snowman on it, and a few different local people, a guy up in Denver, a guy up in Ohio, Otis Isaacs, Bad Habit, and yeah, that had the one with Snowman. So I had TT, the Time Travel, TT, Trials and Tribulation. And then a month later, I put out a full 17-track album called T3, the Anniversary. It's basically
Hmm.
like Time Travel, the Trials, Tribulations, T3, like T Cube.
Nice.
I always enjoyed math and stuff too. So I was like T Cube, T3, the Anniversary. And
Nice.
419, and it was my son's birthday, in almost exactly a year to whenever I started creating music too. So that's why I called it T3 the Anniversary, like a
Nice.
1 year anniversary
Dude,
on.
that's the crazy thing about time too. Like I don't know. There's something about, the way time moves and the way things happen in life, you know. I don't know, synchronicity, or like things will often follow, like, I don't know if I try to say it's like coincidence or like divine timing or something, but it's funny the way things work out. I'm glad that we were able to work out some time because we tried to line it up a few weeks back. I'm actually pretty new to the podcasting, so
Okay, yeah, it's been hard, man.
I seen you almost got shot.
yeah, I got shot in the foot last
Dang.
week.
I'm glad you're all right.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and since we had the baby
It
and
looked
around
like
the
it
field,
bruised your foot, actually.
yeah, it bruised it pretty much front to back. Luckily, it didn't. I guess the angle it hit it at it cut the leather on my boot, but didn't puncture my foot. But it had bruised it. I mean, the next day, pretty much my whole foot was bruised.
So, what was there? You weren't in like a hunting territory or something, were they like?
Well, I was working up in New Mexico and working on an old well pad, oil field well pad, and kind of a little small town outside of Loving, New Mexico. Kind of, have you ever heard of the Carlsbad Caverns?
Mm-hmm.
There's Carlsbad up here. Carlsbad Caverns about 20, 30 minutes away. I'm working over in this area, and oh, 1 second, let me exit out of that
Yeah.
area. Yeah, we're working up in this area, just out in the field, and like I manage projects and things now, so I stay in the office the majority of the time. But one of our geologists wasn't able to go out there. We're drilling a well, doing some soil borings and things, and so I went out there to fill in for the day to help out in the field. And I went out there to the job site because I worked out in the field for about 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm more in the office now, but do some traveling and things. And so I
Right.
go out there to the field to do this, and we got the truck parked here, taking these soil samples on the back of the tailgate. And then they got a drilling rig up here, just like a small rig doing some soil borings, not like a full size one, but 30-foot rig mounted on the back of this truck.
Mm.
And we're sitting here and taking the samples on the back of the tailgate with the truck sitting like this. And the lady I was working with, you hear like a like it like hits something close to us. And she's like, "It sounds like a gunshot." And I was like, "It's probably like ricochet, like a rock flinging off something from the rig and hitting the truck over there."
Mm-hmm.
And then I started listening to hear. I'm like, "No shit, that's gunshots." And then here, humming by like
Oh man,
around the ears is, and
that's a close call for sure.
yeah, it is nerve wracking because I mean I'm familiar with. I mean, I used to hunt whenever I was a kid and a teenager, and I'm
But
familiar
they were
shooting.
obviously like not hunting animals.
Yeah, and it couldn't have been. It had to have been either like like high capacity like pistol or semi. It was a semi-automatic either pistol or like an AR or something that had like at least a magazine, like a 17, 30
Mm.
round magazine. Because it was just like once we realized that, like, oh shit, those are actually bullets traveling over here. I don't know if they're coming on purpose or not, but we gotta find cover. So I'm kind of ducking into the freaking kind of behind the bed of the truck. So we had a big toolbox on it. I'm kind of dug down here, staying low, and I'm trying to help this lady. Like, hey, I yell at them, "Hey, get behind the rig! Someone's shooting at us!" and the guys up there that were working the rig, because they're in front of us, and so they get behind their big rig and kind of get her and I tell her, it's like, get out of the way, get behind. Because we had another truck parked like this, and then their rig was up over here. So our truck, if you get over this side, is from the direction they were coming. It kind of gave a little shelter.
Mm.
She gets over there, and I'm kind of dug down. I'm about to move over there myself, and then boom, it hits my boot, and
Whew.
it was a hard impact. Like I didn't look down.
That gets your adrenaline kicked in
Oh
too.
yeah, at that point I'm like, yeah, it's definitely bullets coming at us because I heard one hit the truck, and then yeah, it hit me in the foot, and it felt like I don't even know how to explain it. Even though it didn't like puncture my foot, it was hard. I mean, it's just a
Just
big,
the force.
yeah, just a huge thud. It felt like maybe like a frozen paintball on like bare skin or something.
Mm.
It just it hit my boot, and I didn't look down because I was almost certain that I mean it had gone through, and I look down and have a bunch of blood leaking out of my boot. And but at that point, I mean, they're buzzing by my ears and coming underneath this. I'm like, shit, what do I do? I mean, and then we get shot in the shin next, or I'm like
Dude,
hit
yeah.
in the head or something. So I'm kind of like this, and I'm kind of staying low and trying to stay behind the truck as much as I can to at least protect my head and body. I mean, and so as soon as I hear him quit firing, I run behind the other truck over here and look down. I'm like, oh, there's no blood, so that's a good sign. But and like the leather on the side of the boot was cut, but it didn't go all the way through.
Whew, man. You're lucky. I'm glad that you're all right, because that's especially after having a new baby.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
appreciate it, man. I wouldn't have been able to make the podcast.
Yeah, for sure. Well, at
But
least
yeah,
you're there to
definitely.
take
There's
care of the family
yeah,
and be you.
yeah. That's
Well,
what
shit, man. Whew.
it definitely puts a different perspective on things. And I having kids does that to me because I've got two daughters, 13 and 10. They're my stepdaughters. They've been with me
Mm.
for about 6.5 years now, 6 years, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But so I got 13, 10-year-old daughters, and then I got a 3.5-year-old and a 6-week-old two sons.
Oh,
So
nice. So yeah, you got a whole family there.
yeah, I've calmed down a lot over the years because I was always real outgoing, always doing something, whether crazy, whether it be, I mean, going to Jamaica and doing a backflip off a 40-foot ledge into the ocean, or
Dude, nice.
doing things like that, riding motocross, fighting MMA, going to clubs or bars or sporting events, concerts. I'm always doing something to keep the adrenaline going. But
Dude,
now
that's awesome.
I kind of it's more calculated though whenever if I do decide to do stuff because I got
Mm-hmm.
to think, okay, well, what what's the potential of this, or the possibility of this? Like I got to kind of look out. I can't put myself in certain situations anymore. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't really go to house parties, don't really hang out at the bars too much anymore. So
Right.
because I'm like, man, all it takes is one time. I've seen people get. I mean, some guys I used to train with, he was a young 17-year-old kid when I first started training with him. He got shot at. I was at a bar watching football during the day, left, and he got shot there at night.
Oh man.
I've had things like that happen a few times with people close to me getting killed. So it's kind of like I kind of think about it. I'm not gonna even risk it, even if I'm not doing something wrong. Someone else might get into some sort of argument and do something stupid. I can't risk that anymore.
Yeah, gotta take care of home base, family first, and especially with the new baby. So, well, it sounds like you've been getting it, man. Sounds like you've been doing good work. And yeah, man, thanks again for doing this podcast. I'll have to stay in touch with you as far as any future projects. I would definitely like to collaborate sometime. I dig your style, and I have some other projects that are like my space cowboy stuff. So in my mind, I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I might be able to work out like a space and time kind of
Okay.
collaboration with you that might fall into line with
Yeah, man, that'd be dope. And anything you have, I mean, feel free to reach out and send it my way. I'll listen to it. I mean, 'cause that's the biggest thing. I gotta music, gotta feel the vibe of the song and the beat. But I mean, most time, as long as I can make it work and as long as I can vibe with it, I'm down to work on it anytime. So
True that.
just
Yeah, you do you do some home recording stuff
yeah,
too.
I've got a setup here. I use Logic and I got a little KT lens. Got my headphones and
Nice.
AKG P420 mic up there. It's a decent quality. I mean, it's actually, I mean, what I record most of my stuff on is right here.
Nice. Hey, man, it sounds like you're doing it right. I'm impressed with if you've been doing this since April. Great job.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, thanks for come. I guess bringing me on so we can chat. I had a good time. It's cool meeting new people. How big is the place you live in Montana?
Oh well, I just live outside of the capital. The capital's not too big, um, but it gets pretty happening out here. People definitely like to throw some concerts. Um, Missoula is really kind of the hot spot for, I guess it would kind of be like the mecca out
Uh-huh.
here, where it's like the hub. Everybody that's traveling through ends up going through there. But yeah, it's pretty chill out here.
Ha-
Uh,
So how big is Missoula? Like 100,000, 200,000, 500,000?
I don't know. Let me check it out real quick. The Missoula population 73,000 in 2019. Let me
Okay.
see here. Is that right? Yeah, Helena's only 30,000 people ish,
Yeah, that's about the size of the town. And Hobbs, New Mexico, where I grew up, about 30, 40,000 people there. And then Odessa has about 100, 120,000. And Midland's basically 10 minutes away. It has basically between the two, it's about a 250,000 people between the two little towns I live in right now.
Mhm.
So it's kind of,
Nice.
it's lot of oil field work. I mean, it's still relatively small. You got some good restaurants, a few good venues to go to and things to do, but not too bad.
Nice. Well, it's, the world didn't totally shut down, so we're still out here kicking. Yeah, fingers crossed. I guess here we go into 2022. You got any New Year's resolutions at all?
I'm just trying to get back into shape, and we're going snowboarding for my birthday in January. So I've gotten kind of heavier here lately. Between, I mean, hurt my back between having the baby and stuff, getting shot in the foot and everything else. It's like the last 2 or 3 months,
Jeez,
man, have been
man.
so. I've just been so out of sync with them. Yeah, kind of personal fitness and health. I've just been, yeah. So I've always ate a lot, but I've always, even now, I always try to stay and working out to burn calories. I don't really care about the aesthetics anymore, but just to be healthier.
Yeah,
But
true that, man. Once I hit 30, I was like, dude, my hangovers. Whew,
oh, they're terrible. That's why I don't drink
brutal.
much anymore either. Because
Yeah, for sure.
that's rough. But yeah, I'm 265 now, so that's more. I wouldn't really say any New Year's resolutions, but just gonna, yeah, try to lose a little bit of weight before snowboarding trip. We go up to Colorado in January, so try to get a little more limber, get ready for that, so I can enjoy it.
Nice. Well, yeah, dude, I'll definitely stay in touch with you and stay more connected online. I'll keep you in mind for when I have future projects and stuff going on. And then maybe we'll just do another podcast sometime in the future.
Yeah, let me know, man. Yeah, we can do however you want to. We can link up some music and come back and chat after that.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Well, sweet. Thanks again for doing this. Again, best of luck with the new baby because I know they be like a handful.
Oh yeah. I'm about to go back in there and hang out with him and mama, and then see if my other son's awake and go put him to sleep.
Well, cool, man. Yeah, I'll let you get back to the family. I got to get back to mine as well.
All right, I appreciate it, man. It was good chatting with you. We'll talk to you later on.
Yeah, good to meet you virtually. One day we'll meet in real life.
Yeah, let's get it on, man. Have a
All
good
right,
one.
man. Have a good night.